Good morning and welcome to Happy Trails Hiking. On this station, you'll find content about park travel as well as living a healthy lifestyle. If you're interested in those sorts of things, I would invite you to subscribe. My name is Kay, and this is the Healthy Lifestyle Show. On this show, I am encouraging you to live the life that you love. Today is Foodie Friday, and we have a special guest. Before we get started, can you type into the chat if you make your own juices at your house? Our show today is brought to you by our photography store, like that photo right up there over my head. And you can find these photos at happytrailshiking.com/store. Good morning to Gary from Life on the Trail, Marty's Crew, Our Family Adventures, Lori Bryant, and Budget Bushcraft and RV, as well as Outdoor Nomad, who just popped in the chat. It's good to see you. Our guest today is Howie Jones. We know him better as Food Forest Permaculture, or FFP, here in our YouTube community. I asked Howie for a bio, and you saw him last time here, but I'm going to read his bio again. The business of Food Forest Permaculture was founded by H. Jones, who is a master gardener, tree acupuncturist, and naturalist. He's served local residents and businesses for more than 30 years and has built community gardens for homeowners. His expertise in nature and local climate has helped create perfect food garden for individuals, land, and needs. Today, I'm going to be talking about juicing with Howie. So welcome, Howie. How are you today?
Good morning, everybody. It's Howie Jones. I'm doing pretty good, Kay. Doing great. Going to do a green juicing.
Green juicing. That's very exciting. Lori Bryant says that she doesn't make her own juices, but I try to buy natural or organic juices when she can. So, Inspired John just got here as well. So, do you make juices at your house? I know that your wife is vegetarian. Maybe that's a thing at your house. So it's good to have you back on the show, Howie. Can you tell us what you've been working on this morning? Howie, can you hear me okay?
Absolutely. I lost you for about 3 seconds there.
Oh, goodness. Well, it's good to have you back on the show. And I was wondering if you can tell us what you have been working on here this morning.
Well, this here is some veggies from the garden right here. Some celery for organic sodium. Some cucumber for gelatinous, so everything's smooth growing through you. Some beets for the amino acids, for the building blocks of proteins, and powerful enzymes in here for complex molecule build plaque crushing. And then we have some ginger, and it's a powerful anti-inflammatory, and it gets your blood pumping, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Carotene, some radishes. But today we're targeting some water in my body, so I'm juicing Italian parsley as a diuretic to reduce the water retention in my body, and that's about it.
Okay, well, so I saw Howie the very, very first time on one of his live shows, and where he was making juices. So I'd met him on someone else's live show, or he'd commented on one of our videos. And so I was like, all right, I'm going to go over and check out and see what he's got going on. And so the very first thing I saw was Howie making juices. I was like, this is cool. So it was really interesting to hear him talk about what he was making and the benefits to him and why he was making those. And that day I had to go make one of my very favorite smoothies. And so I said, I'm going to go make a smoothie. And you were like, oh, no. Smoothies are way different. So Howie, can you talk a little bit about the difference between smoothies and juicing? Or juices?
Sure. The smoothie is really healthy for you. You're getting all the fiber for inside you that you're needing. And fiber absorbs sugar, so you really need fiber. So so really smoothies are really good, and keep doing them. And juicing's really good. Juicing, I'm targeting my problem that I have, and that is water retention today. And I'm building up some minerals for winter. So I'm including a little bit of everything out of my food forest, and then I've bought some things from the farm. And what's left over can be utilized in compost tea, to your making soil, to making muffins or pancakes with it. You just have to separate it because you don't want too much lemon zest in your pancake or your muffin. But you're targeting, and it's more absorbing when you do green juicing than smoothie. You're targeting and then you're absorbing, and it's a micronutrients that you're after, the essential nutrients that you're a living organism that you need, and it gets there quickly.
Yes.
That's what the difference is between smoothie and green juicing. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. I'm trying to do 4 things at once here. We've had some new people come into the room, and I just want to say hello to them. Inspired John says he does do some juicing at his house. And Ace Film Studio 755 has come into the room, as well as Budget Bushcraft RV Life. He says, I make my own healthy smoothies, but I've never really tried to juice stuff. So maybe we can talk about the process of that here in just a minute. Splash Raid from Dezombified. Thank you all for coming. Appreciate you all being here. Just in Time Prepping is here, as well as Uncle Bullfrog 79. It's good to see all of you here today. I'm talking to Howie from Food Forest Permaculture, and Howie's talking to us about juicing today. And if you haven't hit the thumbs up yet for Howie, I would sure appreciate that. He's got some great information to share with you. So Howie, you were talking to me before we started the show about the different kinds of juicers and the kind that you have and the other kind and why we don't want the other kind. So can you do that explanation for our fine audience now, please? Who did you get? Oh, Howie's frozen again. Bummer. Okay, so this happens just a little bit. Yeah, he goes away every once in a while. Here he is.
I got you back. I had to open the door to the Wi-Fi. Can you believe it?
Oh,
that touchy?
It's that touchy. Wow.
Yeah, you open the door and come back on.
Ta-da! Yay! I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're here. Okay. So, what I see, he laughs, and I just have to laugh. It's just wonderful. Laughter is contagious. Love it. So what I was asking was, you were telling me before the show about the kind of juicer you use, and if and there's another kind that you don't want to use. Can you go over that information again for our fine audience, please?
Well, I really, you use what you have, and like what you're growing, and that's what's the best advice is use what you have. But if you have fresh vegetables and you're juicing, you're giving your body that instant nutrition, and that's the key is nutrition here. You're not cooking your food. You want fresh live food, so you'll have electrolytes and enzymes that are not dead, and you're not killing off the vitamin C. Raw food is, I'm not saying not have cooked food. I mean, go ahead, I do. But 80% of your food that you consume should be, for a healthy life, is raw. And then 20% cooked, which would be acidic. You want alkaline foods and raw organic food if you can. Always wash your food as well, especially coming from the store. There's a lot of people touching that food, and it's been places you don't want. But the juicing, to stay on par here, the juicing for me gives me the instant, anti-inflammatory from the turmeric, from the ginger. I feel effects right away, whereas smooth have to wait for that build up over weeks or months, that minerals and nutrition, where I could put this in my body instantly. And absorption is key here. Lots of people say they drink tons and tons of water. Well, are you absorbing it? That's the key here. You can drink all the water you want, but if you're not absorbing it, it's not doing you any good. It's great for flushing the kidneys.
Yeah, we did a water challenge, if you remember, back in March.
64 ounces. That's a good thing.
64 ounces of water. And I just found out that I went to the bathroom a lot during the day. So maybe I wasn't absorbing all the water I was drinking. But anyway, we Panic D Paranormal History is here. And Outdoor Nomad says that I've used my juices to make smoothies. It's a great match. And Outdoor Nomad lives a vegan lifestyle now. So that we like to, well, he's part of our Twitter group, so we like to tease him about veganism, but we really admire him for doing it. Okay, so is this your juice that you just made?
Add some water to your juice.
Okay.
Make it 50-50. That way you're absorbing it. You see, you're not just, you want it to be soluble, so you add a little water to your juice and you'll absorb it in your body a lot faster.
Okay.
You can drink that. You can make juice in the morning and put a third in each glass of water and drink it. And you're really soaking in the nutrients then, and especially the micronutrients, the essential oils, everything instantly.
So cheers to you, Howie. So for those of you who might be new in the room, I'm talking to Food Forest Permaculture, or Howie, and he makes juices and gets the ingredients for his juices out of his food forest and his garden. And so he was telling me that juicing is for healing, or to heal something that is wrong, an ailment that you are seeking to feel better from. Now you talked about a cleaning juicing or a cleansing juicing. You also talked about fiber juicing before the show. Howie, can you do that comparison again for us? Oh, he left. Maybe he lost us. Good morning, Chandra Pivo. It's good to see you.
I thought I needed another glass.
Oh, you need another glass. Okay.
So this is a cleansing. This
Okay.
is a little different than the masticating juicer. This is, so I've cut it in half. So I'm going to squeeze it in here and then scrape what's left. And I've pre-washed this lime. And there, you can see it in here, just like that much. So then you want to pour in some water. And this is to cleanse you and give you your electrolytes. You won't get sore muscles. And you can drink this 4 or 5 times a day, especially if in the heat, and you won't get cramping. And cheers. This is a clear cleansing juice. All the best.
Cheers. All right. We have Timey Lives in the room with a splash raid. Thank you, Timey. And Chandra Pivo is here. It is so good to have you. Outdoor Nomad says, mixing my juices with almond milk and a little bit of ice, he says. So
fantastic. Proteins.
Yes, I like the protein in almond milk a lot. I can't have soy milk because of, well, the soy in soy milk. It messes with my thyroid and makes me feel bad.
It would.
The almond milk's a really a good way for me to go. What was I going to say? I was going to say, if anyone in the chat has questions for Howie, or, you know, he's done a lot of studies about juicing and things like that. Maybe you have something that ails you. Like today, Howie's talking about water retention and inflammation and why he added the parsley to his juice today. So he adds different things at different times for different ailments or things. Maybe you need a suggestion or something from Howie. Maybe that would be a question to ask. So if anybody has any questions, please feel free to put them into the chat. We have about 15 minutes left here. And Panic D does ask, what is good for the digestive system? Howie?
Well, there's a lot. There's a lot.
Okay.
You want to have live food. Live food has enzymes for the digestive system. They're called digestive enzymes. And it's found in live raw food or juicing or smoothies. And that's what you want. You want your stomach's called the biome. That's where all your flora, your bacteria, good and bad, live. Okay, so you want to feed the good biome, and you don't want to feed the bad.
So if someone was having pain in their stomach or in their digestive system, what would be a thing or a food that you would recommend for them to add to their juices or to their diet, for that matter?
Cucumbers, gelatinous, any gelatinous vegetable, sea vegetable, nori, but cucumbers gelatinous, and it's smooth going through your digestive, especially people that have colitis. I'm not a doctor, sure, but I'm just repeating what I've experienced. So I have to put that out there. And if I'm having stomach issues, definitely would include this here, cucumber.
Nice.
And eat it, juice it, put it in your smoothie. And then you want to soothe through your digestive. You want to nurture. You don't want some rough grainage and stuff like that. You don't want that. You don't want seeds. So you want gelatinous vegetables that, if you're going to eat an apple, peel the skin off. You don't want something rough on your, maybe there's a fissure. Maybe there's an obstruction. See your doctor.
Right. Yeah.
Always go and consult your physician. Always. Even if they're like, you don't agree with it, go to someone else. Keep going until you get what you want out of life. Make do with what you have. Whenever I have digestive issues, like I've lost my sigmoid colon to it abscessed and exploded. Wow. So I know about digestive issues. I'm an expert in it.
Right.
But being that said and done, gelatinous vegetables, whether they're sea vegetables or they're gelatinous like ones like that, or Opuntia nupale is very gelatinous.
Okay.
Or cactus.
So we do have another question from Dezombified. It says, ask Howie what he thinks about microwaving food.
Never do that.
Don't do it.
Never. No, especially people with Hashimoto's or thyroid issues. Never do microwave.
Okay.
That'll actually speed it up. Microwave is really bad. It's not normal, and it's not like cooking a cell. A microwave, it cooks cells. Hey.
Right. Well, that makes sense. And the Zombified, he's I appreciate the question. He wasn't ready with the myths versus facts thing. Today he was here to talk about juicing, but yeah, that's his knee-jerk reaction about that. So
Will's talking about something very interesting there from Just in Time Prepping.
Oh.
He says if you slice up a lime and a ginger root, boil it, and stir while boiling the strain into glass, you'll lose weight. You know what? You're absolutely right, because you're boosting, and add a little black pepper to that too. You're boosting your metabolism. You want your metabolism to go up so you're more active. Right. Your metabolic typing. Get your metabolic typing done. It's important.
Chandra Pivel wanted you to repeat what was in the cleansing drink. What's in that cleansing drink?
Water that I've distilled, and a fresh lime. And you roll the lime. You want to get it excited with the electrolytes in it. You roll the lime and make it mushy. Cut it in half. And here, I'll do one more. Here, see, I just cut this in half. This here. And I squeeze it like this. And you're putting it's all alive. This water that you're going to drink is alive. When you drink dead water with nothing in it, spring water is the best. It has minerals as long as it's been boiled. But here's the water here. This is my distilled water, and I'm using the distilled water in my lime juice. Lemons, key limes for people that have to have a low glycemic. Key lime's the best. And that's low glycemic. And this will cleanse you. It is very simple. And do that 4 or 5 times a day. And if it doesn't agree with you, just put a little bit in the water. Moderation is key. I can drink 5 limes in this glass of water because I'm used to it. You're not.
Yes.
Put a little bit in. Cheers.
Cheers. So several people have been mentioning, do you have a Twitter page or a Facebook? And I said no, but they can contact you on the email on your YouTube channel, which
just
should
leave
be
a message on the YouTube channel. I answer everybody.
He'll be more than happy to. He's really quick to respond, actually. But you said you were headed out of town here soon, so
yeah, I'm going over to the West Coast to do a little coho fishing.
Woo!
I don't have my winter food fish stocked up quite enough for myself yet.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's important to have for the winter. And then Chandra Pivo says she got rid of her microwave 15 years ago.
Good for her.
Yes, and Danny McReacts is here and says, hello all. So throw the microwave in the garbage. And Howie would say yes.
There are uses for a microwave. You can make a nice weapon with them.
Oh, we're not going to talk about that on this show.
You want to kill cells, grab yourself a microwave.
Yeah. I did put your website in there. It's not a blog, but it is a website about your food forest. And we went over that the last time you were on. And
yeah, my students made that years ago and put it up. I think I've looked at it once or twice, my website. But I've never done anything with it.
They do a nice job with it. Let's see. Danny McReacts says, I drink water with lemon, ginger, mint, and cukes. We call it sassy water. That's cute. That's
smart man.
There you go.
Very smart thing to do.
And Dizombified says, does he have plans for an email newsletter? That would help me a lot. No. Howie makes videos on YouTube and he does such an extraordinary job with it that I highly recommend that you go back and watch his videos. I know that I'm going to rant for just a second, Howie. I'll put it just
for it. I'm loving it.
So I know that you guys and I come to live shows, meet somebody in a comment, blah, 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 go to their channel and never go back and watch their content from before. But holy cow, will you learn so much about that person by going back? You know, we all feel like, oh, I've covered that before. I'm not going to make another video on it, or I'm not going to do that again. So go back and check out their former videos. Howie's got some excellent, juicy live streams. You learn so much from him just talking about what he's doing and just the train of thought that goes along with him while he's working. And so please don't, Dizombify, don't take this wrong or that I'm yelling at you or anything. I don't want to mean that, but he does such great content on YouTube that I just appreciate him so, so much. And yeah, lots of us content creators don't have the time to create content and do what we normally do. And Howie works so hard at serving the community and building this food forest and letting it work with him and him work with it, that he just loves making the information that he makes on YouTube. So there's that. That was my box. I'll step down now. Sorry.
That's what sums it up. That explains it pretty good. Sharing is caring. That's all you have to remember. If someone's not sharing with you, they don't care about you.
Yeah, Howie loves to. That's why I love the live juicings, is because people could ask you questions and that you could just go back and forth with them and go, okay, here's why I didn't use that, or here's why I didn't use that. I love that you use ginger. I'm a big fan of ginger, and I don't have enough recipes in my brain of things that I want to use it in. And you told me not to use garlic earlier today, which makes me sad.
No. So you can use garlic, but in moderation. Garlic attacks your nervous system and makes you nervous. And it also gives you a lower, I guess this is okay, sperm count in men.
Oh.
But the good things of garlic is that, that it's an antibacterial and antifungal as it ages. when it ages, that's when it happens. But if you're eating garlic every day, you're going to be a nervous person. It's like if you're drinking coffee, you can't sit still. Caffeine attacks your nervous system.
I'm sitting still.
Is do that stuff in moderation, and you'll be much more calmer.
Yeah. Chandra Pivo says, I have very live water out here in the country. It comes straight from the ground. So yeah.
Artesian's best.
Artesian.
But yeah, it can be down there for 10,000 years. There's no pollutants in it.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. I wish that we had well water. I love going to Matt's mom's. She lives out in the country in the mountains in the Appalachian mountains in South Carolina. And yeah, she has well water. It's my favorite. So
the big thing about juicing, sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Is you're introducing good flora into your biome. Like when I take my vegetables out of the ground, like in the wintertime, rooted crops is what I juice with in the winter. I leave a little dirt on there or soil.
Dirt's good for you.
Well, as long as it's solarized and the microbes have broken everything down. Yeah. But I mean, I have a good gut flora, but most 99% people in the world don't have a good biome. They have a bad biome.
Gotcha.
Something to look into that's very important is your biome.
Yes. Iron Fire Horse came in. Hello. It's good to see you.
Hi, Irene.
And Dishomified would like to know if you have any views about how food relates to spirituality.
Of course. You're the living spirit. So what you're eating is a living organism. You're eating that carrot. I mean, when you're consuming something, it's becoming part of you. So like when you eat a chicken as a child in your molecular makeup, it's there. The T-Rex, the molecules that was in a T-Rex is now in us from 100 million years ago.
Yeah.
You are what you eat. If you eat garbage,
said that twice today now.
If you eat garbage, then you will be garbage and sick and ill. See, a sick body rejects health and a sick mind. As soon as you force yourself to eat healthy, get some exercise, that's your healthy body and healthy mind. It doesn't change for anyone. We're all the same.
Right. Totally.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what Panic D is going back to with the I don't. He says, bad bio here. I don't want to take meds if I don't have to do it.
Well, the reason why a doctor gives you medication is to get you a good vibration that makes you feel better. There's no cure.
Right.
Now, when you take food that has a good vibration and you consume it in juicing or smoothie or through oral, that's a good vibration. But, I'm not knocking doctors. Doctors do have their techniques that help human beings. Don't get me wrong. But when they're giving you yellow pill number 9 and red pill number 4, excuse me, I don't need my biorhythm with that kind of vibration because now I'm addicted.
Yeah.
I can't get addicted to cucumber or celery. Well, but a doctor to set your bones and do surgery is wonderful work.
Yes. So Danny McReacts has a question. What can we do to improve our gut? We kind of did cover this a little earlier, but he then goes on with 2 more questions. Anything for starters, and how do you feel about probiotics?
Well, you're stocking against bad gut bacteria. You're stocking your biome. That's what you're doing.
Okay.
You're stocking your biome with probiotics, which is you're boosting your immune system to a cold or something like that. And hey, go for it if that's what you're into. I don't really know a lot about that, but when I eat a carrot out of the ground, I brush off most of the dirt. I'm pretty sure I haven't caught a cold in 10 years, flu or anything.
Wow.
I don't have time for it.
Yeah, I don't have time for that.
No.
So for following the AGs just came in, and they are a couple who hikes, and that's where they found our channel on, and I think where I found their channel. But anyway, they just came in, so welcome. Thank you for coming, Lisa. And then Iron Fire Horse says, good food is too expensive for many. I used to not eat anything unless it was healthy and raised well.
Absolutely, she's right. It's difficult on the system that's in play for human beings. $33 billion of food is thrown out in Canada. I'm talking about Canada. I'm not talking about the U.S. or the world. Wow. $33 billion is thrown out. But you know what? The solution is that food can be shared in a recovery program, and you can look at that as your food banks. Then there's trying to grow your own and grow your own, and then sharing with a sustainable community. Someone else might grow tomatoes. You might grow cucumbers. You can share. It's not going to be available all the time, but at least you're doing something is better than nothing. So.
Totally. I totally agree with you. I wish that there were more people around here who had gardens and things like that.
Sustainable community. That's what everybody wants. That's what we wanted before in generations past. We were just never given it. We were taken away from the land and given a big box store. Well, I know a lot of people that don't go to big box store no more. They go out into the food forest. I've participated in a lot of them being built at schools now, at elementary schools. When after an earthquake, they can go out with their little sand buckets and shovel and dig out potatoes, carrots, and sunchokes. After an earthquake, they may have to look after themselves for a little while.
Sure.
You know, I live on an earthquake fault here.
Sure.
Victoria on Vancouver Island. Oh yeah, it's so we plan, we prep. We're preppers. Most people are. I've encouraged all my street and block and family to put an extra case of salmon and beans and stuff in the. Sure. Where it's close to a window that you could get at after an earthquake.
Gotcha.
Planning is everything. Sit and contemplate what should be,
It is good to plan things. Zombified is wondering if you have an alternative for sugar in coffee. Is there
coconut oil?
Coconut oil. Now, my nutritionist told me that coconut oil is not good for my cholesterol.
Well, cholesterol is because your cortisol level's up and you're stressed. So your cholesterol, your body makes cholesterol.
Yeah.
Okay. I just happen to know some people that know a lot about this. It's not from me. They did the study, not me. And if you got high cholesterol, it's because you have stress. Yeah. Your cortisol levels are up. Now, when you eat an apple, that calcified cholesterol is plaque. And you eat an apple, and that's a malic acid in there and enzymes. Those are plaque crushers. So you eat raw, healthy food, and your cholesterol level will go way down.
Okay.
Eat more raw foods.
I try.
Well, 80% raw on your plate, and only a piece of meat should only be the size of the palm of your hand.
Yep. I got that one. Hey.
Yeah, and then you must remember that's 20% of the meal. So you still have 80% the size of that area on your plate for salads.
And cucumbers. You should see my cucumber stash for lunch today. You'll be super proud. I'll show you afterwards.
Try to get field cucumbers or organic cucumbers. And if you have to have hothouse cucumbers, make sure you wash them lots.
Oh, I washed them. I actually soaked them in water that had been left out overnight because it's tap water. I do need to say hello to some people, but since they're here. Okay, so my three sons is here, and that is Todd from 21090. So I just came in, and Zombified has to take off, but thank you for coming. Joran Jaderberg is here. It's good to see you. Yeah, it's good to see you. And then Chantra says she loves this, and I love this too. I'm having a great time. And guys, let me let you know that this is Howie from Food Forest Permaculture, and he has a wonderful channel here on YouTube and does such a nice job. And cheers.
Cheers. Colors. You want beets, greens.
Colors.
You want colored fruits, all different colored vegetables. Cheers.
And, Iron Firehorse says, oh my gosh, I used Stevia last week in my coffee for the first time, and I actually threw up. Ew. I did the math, and it's $60 CAD per month for it.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Wow.
I didn't like stevia either. I put
I'm not a fan.
a little bit of cinnamon in the coffee and some coconut oil that's cold pressed. If you're getting coconut oil that's been extracted with a solvent, that's going to drive up your cholesterol. Absolutely. But if you got extra virgin cold pressed olive or coconut oil, you're not going to boost up your cholesterol.
Sure. Chandra's asking me what's in my glass, and I have cherry water. So
Nice.
we have sour cherries here in Missouri, and I knew that Howie was going to ask me what fruit I had in my water, and I didn't have any limes. I didn't have any lemons, but I had these frozen cherries. So I thawed them out and I pressed them. I don't have a juicer, but I pressed them to get the juice out, and I put the juice in my water just so Howie would be happy with me.
Oh, I'm happy. No worries. You'll be happy with yourself.
Well,
and cherries.
You know, I'm usually happy with myself. I do have my moments, but Panic D is putting Food Forest Permaculture's YouTube channel in there, and so
Panic D.
Oh yes, that's very nice of you. I'm sorry. I hope it's in the description. If it's not, I will put it in here right afterwards.
Plenty watching. We're all
do. I can't believe we're even over time. I can't even. I thank you all for being here, and
it's all good.
If you think that this information would be good for someone else that you know, please share this with them. Don't just share it on Twitter, but send it to them. I sent a note out to one of my friends who's wanting to get into juicing and things. And so I sent a note and I said, I know you're working today, but watch this after work. So, and Inspired John has another question that says, this is actually serious. What's the difference between extra virgin and virgin? Probably talking about olive oil.
Huh? Olive oil or coconut oil, doesn't matter.
Okay.
Virgin. Sorry?
Go ahead.
Virgin means it's the first press or the first solvents. And then extra virgin, there's two. One is they've pressed it or they've run solvents through it already. That's all.
Got it. Okay. There you go. I hope that answered that. Hey guys, it has been a wonderful conversation today. And yes, we do have 20 watching at this point. And I'm thrilled that all of you could be here today to meet Howie and to talk to him. I love going to watch his videos. I always learn something new. And Howie, thank you so much for being here with me on a Friday.
It's a pleasure.
All right. Hey, I'm going to close out the show. I'll be back with you in just a second.
Sure.
Guys, thank you so much. I hope this has encouraged you to live the life you love. Remember, if this is something that you've enjoyed, please share it with your friends. And until next time, you are not replaceable. Have a great weekend, guys.